Welcome to Text Out Tuesday. So today we are in the industry of hair and beauty. We have an amazing guest with us today, Micha Brown.
Thank you. Who is Micha B? So the first thing is I'm created perfectly in God's image. So I'm a part of God. I love that. And I am passionate. I have purpose. I am love. There are so many things that I am, so we can talk about all of it. But Micha B right now is a celebrity hairstylist, and I'm a salon owner, and I am a leader, and I am a motivator to the people. And I'm excited because I get to live this one life and give all that I have to whoever's gonna receive it.
You run off your resume. I was gonna run off your resume, but you do it. So tell the audience who you are and just your resume.
It's always the fun part. I'm celebrity hairstylist Micha B, owner of Press and Curl Bar Salon, and I have had an awesome career and still continuing my career. I chose to take it a bit from the entertainment into the salon to really give women what they needed at heart, at soul, at hair. And the clients that I've worked with are Raven Simone. That was my very first celebrity I worked with. Amazing. I worked with Latoya. I've worked with Latoya Luckett. I still work with Halle Berry, Kenya Moore, Mary. Still work with Erica Campbell, Estelle Darling. I love her. Gugu Atkins. What more do we have? Gabrielle Union. Jennifer Hudson. I've worked with a lot of people in assisting and in styling on my own. So it's really been awesome.
It sounds like an amazing resume.
Yeah.
And you don't get there just because it's Tuesday.
Right.
It takes skill, it takes determination.
Yes.
And it takes a great journey to even get to those paths. So
yes.
I congratulate you, number one.
Thank you.
But let me start with this. Let's go from how I even got into knowing who she was. So just to tell you about my journey, my hair journey, first of all, I have to sit on a PSA announcement, and that is we don't need what? The creamy crack, okay? I was addicted to creamy crack for years. Like, I really was, like getting relaxers all the time, but I didn't like the way it was breaking my hair off. I didn't like the way it was thinning my hair out. And so I decided to go natural in 2013. And I started my natural hair journey. After that, it was about maybe 4 years. My hair just got to a space where I just wasn't happy with it. So I literally took like scissors and cut all my hair off. Literally, my hair was this little, my fro was this little. And I never thought that I would really get to this length without a relaxer. And then I met her. And when I tell you, I've been going to her and the health of my hair, look, get into this hair, y'all. Like, look at this hair. Look, this is not a relaxer. And I've always thought that I could never achieve this look without a relaxer. I had a limited idea of what natural hair could look like. And so I love a good flat iron, I love a good curly, I love all that, but I didn't think that I could achieve that with my natural, coarse, curly hair. And so you've changed my life. So thank you, you guys. She is the one behind the hair, okay? So let's get into it. Let's really get into the actual interview. So my first question for you is, what made you choose the art form of beauty and hair? What made you choose that industry?
Honestly, I was raised by my stepmother, and she chose the industry for me. She watched me when I was a little girl, and I was constantly working on my doll's hair, but it was different. I was not playing with my Barbies normal. Like, literally, I was cutting their hair and getting upset because it didn't look like the bob, and just taking each doll, all of their hair. All my dolls is bald-headed. And, I was really, girl, all dolls is bald-headed, okay? And so, basically, my stepmom was like, when I was a junior in high school, I finished my junior year, and that summer she put me in beauty college, and I finished before I even graduated high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so she instilled that in me. She did hair in the kitchen. I watched her. She would teach me how to scratch up the head, and I would get mad at her. Because I'd be like, Ma, I don't need this. Like, why do I have to scratch your head up? Today, that is one of the techniques I use to remove the dandruff off the scalp and the dead cells. I literally put your shampoo bowl and do just what my mother taught me. So my mom, she put me in it, taught me. And I didn't, after high school, I didn't get into it. I went and worked in retail. I love sales. I love talking to people. And I lost that job and I wasn't motivated to do anything. I just had dreams in my head. I wanted to be in the city. I wanted to live like this New York lifestyle, but I didn't know how I was gonna get there. And I remember my car broke down. And I was like, this is all I got. I was homeless at the time. I was kicked out of all houses.
Oh, wow.
You know, I wasn't naughty. I was just hard-headed.
Right.
So
as we all are.
We all are, you know, we'll go through that phase. But I ended up, my car was broke and the car was what I needed either to sleep in or to drive around. And so I had to get it fixed. And I was doing press and curls for, I said, if I do press and curls for $35, I can get 7 people and get my car fixed. And that's what I did. And when I did that, I got all the money I needed. And I was like, wait, I can do this.
There it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good segue, because my next question for you is, like, what moves you as a hair artist? Like, what moves you, what inspires you, what motivates you?
It's the people.
The people, okay.
My hands were blessed when I was 18 years old. There was an evangelist Lakey. She blessed my hands and she said, you'll be blessed. And I laughed at her.
Oh, wow.
I said, why you do that? That's so weird.
Okay.
So churchy. Ugh, don't do that.
Not churchy.
Churchy. And she did that. And she said, baby, you will have blessed hands. Your hands will bless people's hair to grow. And I said, I don't believe that.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Right.
Okay.
And so I laughed at it. I was like, thank you, Jesus. So
the prophecy has been
people.
fulfilled. Yeah.
It's a client walking in and saying she needs me, like, Micah, you know, I cut my hair off and now I don't know who to let touch my hair. I don't want the relaxer. I just want my hair. So I literally spend all of my now career growing women out of their relaxers, and I love it.
I love that, because it's, you know, in our culture, we're big on that because we feel like we have to change the texture of our hair and it can't look a certain universal way. But I mean, you changed my whole idea of what it could be, because I would get it done and then it would sweat out, it would puff out, you know, but it lasts. I don't have issues with that. I pin curl it at night and I'm like, I still feel like I'm sexy.
Because
like,
you look great.
You know,
we did your hair this week, but that was about 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was, and it's still like this because of the way you taught me how to keep it and stuff like that.
Awesome.
But yeah, that is a good way to be inspired, to be moved as a hair artist. And I like to get into the mind of the artist, of course, because I don't like. Of course, I always say this. I don't like the narrative that people think artists are dumb, that we don't think, that we're not intellectuals, that we're creatives, yes, but they don't. I'm like, I'm not sitting around with colored pencils all day. You know, I'm a fashion designer, but I'm a thinker. You know, I like philosophy. I like to sit and have an intelligent conversation, educated in what we do. And so I wanted to show that that we're more than just that, you know, to think about what's behind the mind of the artist. So I wanted to get into your mind as well. And so my next question for you is, why do you think it's important to create texture in hair?
So creating texture, so we have this textured hair, and our textured hair has been called nappy. I don't know where it came from, but it derived from somewhere, and it's called nappy. Nappy is a quilt. A quilt. It's together.
Exactly.
You cannot move it.
Exactly.
It will not separate. No matter what you do. Okay. Over curly is what our hair is. It is over curly, and it gets unruly when it is not maintained with moisturizers, protein, conditioners, shampoos, creams, oils, gels, whatever you may, that works properly for our hair. So the way I create texture is, if my client wants it straight, we're not using a relaxer. I teach my clients how I shampoo, how I cleanse, how I put the moisture back in, how I condition, how I clean the scalp, how I make sure from literally the follicle, the scalp, to the ends of the hair is taken care of. That's all product, that's all manipulation, that's technique, that's a pressing comb, that's a detangle. Every single thing matters, from the comb you use, the brush you use, the products you use, how you do it. You don't just, how I love how we're now taught to start from the bottom on our way up and work our way up to the hair. And I do that, but sometimes I know that when I hydrate the hair, the way that I pull it out and manipulate it, I can start from the top, but it's because I do a lot of detangling with my hands as well.
And let me say something about that, because when I was doing my hair on my own, when it was natural, when I had the little fro, I would comb it and I would lose a lot of hair. And my sister, she went to school for hair and stuff like that. So I ended up talking to her. She said, "Girl, you're not supposed to comb your hair from the root. You go and then you work your way up." And I didn't know that. So when I was combing my hair, I was losing a lot. I was shedding a lot, and I didn't understand it. She's like, "You're combing your hair improperly." Just something as simple as learning how to comb our hair right.
It's so important.
That's even deep, and a lot of us don't know how to do that. So it's like,
we get impatient.
Yeah.
Our texture is not a texture that's easy to maintain if you don't know how.
Right.
If you don't use the proper techniques and tools and products. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it's really important that we understand, okay, I need the cream. The cream will break down my texture. Or I need the spray. The spray will break down my texture. So my model today, Miss Heaven, is with us, and she has the perfect texture hair. The reason why her texture is so perfect is because she has very thick hair, as you can see, very wavy, full hair, and she has very over curly, and I would say she's about a 4B. The reason why she's a 4B is because her texture is kinky, and she has a coarseness to her hair, which means your hair is just great and strong. That's all it means. Sometimes the 4s, the 4A, B, and C, feel like their hair is too nappy, quote unquote. And that's really not a word. Nappy is something that's mushed together and you cannot get apart. But this is more of over curly. And when our curls are like this, you just have to have a product such as Olaplex. Olaplex is a product that, this is their number 8. Number 8 is one of their great deep conditioners, and Olaplex made sure that they had something that can break down our hair. It speaks to the curls, it speaks to the kinks. So this is one of my loves. I love it. I wet the hair down a little bit, do about 3 pumps, massage it in my hand really good, and just massage it through the hair. That loosens up your curl. Just loosens up the curl, okay? Now, Heaven's hair is twisted, as you can see. I don't want to do too much manipulation because we're in our perfection mode. And what she did was she twisted her hair. So it's a 2-strand twist, and she takes out, and basically you would take a product. You can take a product such as Pretty Strands. This is one of our go-tos. This is great for over curly, kinky, coily hair. You need moisturizer with kinky hair. So the Butter Benefits is going to be your best friend, okay? And usually you just take a little bit, and I want to show you just about how much. And the reason why I want to show you is because we overuse product. It's literally, first you want to just really mix it up in there, okay? Take about that much, okay? You massage it in your hands. You don't want to just rub it in there. And you can take your small section, okay? Massage it through first. Massaging our hair with a moisturizer straight out basically is getting the hair ready to be twisted out. She has beautiful hair. You see how it's getting longer and longer? Because we have the hydrator in it. And literally at that point, you don't have to break the hair, okay? Because a lot of us, when we take the hair, you just start pulling it, but it's too hard to pull. It's not ready. It's not hydrated. But that's nice. Pulled out, hydrated. Take your 2 strands, and you just give it a nice twist. This is so easy. It's like 1, 2, 3, twists, 1, 2, 3. That's how I used to do it when I was little, because I had to learn this. I've been braiding forever. I've been braiding since I was a little girl. My Miss Piggy, my Miko, my Barbie dolls. So this is second nature to me, okay? Once you're done, I love just going through, doing a little bit more, and just twisting it, okay? Now this twist set, you usually want to keep in for a day. Keep in for a day. But the great thing is her hair is already set. So I'm going to show you what pattern is created from the Butter Benefits from Pretty Strands once you use it. So usually you twist it like this, untwist it like that first. You don't just split it, you untwist it. Then once it's untwisted, take your finger through, and then you have your texture. And then it starts to shrink in and builds its own shape. Awesome, huh?
Those are things that we need to hear.
Yes.
Especially in our cultures. Here's my next question for you. What do you think has been the greatest challenge as a woman of color in the hair industry? What has been your greatest hurdle or your greatest challenge in the industry?
Personally, or like, I guess in
Both.
my career? Personally, I am an artist. And when it comes to organization, financials, business, it's not fun for me.
Okay.
I don't like it at all, period. Okay.
I get it.
But I do this because of the passion. So that's my struggle.
Okay.
It's the business, it's the foundation of that part.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're 19 and you don't want to go to school, you might want to go. I'm gonna be a hairstylist. I'm gonna be an artist. You might want to know how to handle the money that you want when you do your art.
That's true.
Okay.
That's a good perspective. I like that.
Yeah, it's a big one. But I think my challenge, man, I'm so doggone free. I just come in here and work.
If you haven't had any, that's fine. But I'm saying,
I think it's just really the business part.
Okay.
Other than that, I love coming in and I love doing hair. I think the only problem I have right now is, Lord, can you help me where I can come do it? I don't want to use the word for free,
right?
But I don't want to depend on the money.
Be driven by the money.
I don't want to be driven by the money. I literally just like, I have to get myself in the mind frame when I come in. I don't know what they're paying and I don't care,
right?
Because I need to focus on what I love doing. I love massaging the scalp. I love getting shampoos that open up the pores and relax you. I love the clients that feel like, I know that I have issues today, but they are being released through this relaxation, through this meditation, because we'll put on, meditation music. Like, I just want to come in here and just love on the people and with my art and my skill.
See, I'm glad you said that. I got to look into the camera for this one, because that is exactly why I actually decided to come to her and continue to come to her. When I first came to her, I was like, I think I'm gonna need a relaxer. Like, I haven't had my hair done. And I was just distraught about it. And I wanted a relaxer. And when I sat in her chair, she said, no, we're not gonna relax your hair. She could have took that extra money. She could have made money off me, but she didn't think about money. She thought about the health of my hair, and that is why, okay? That is why I decided to come back to her, because that showed me that you actually care about the health of my hair and not your coin. And I'm not saying that, you shouldn't get paid. You should get paid for what you do. But that really showed me her spirit and showed me her motive and why she does what she does. And she told me, she said, hey, let's not relax it just yet. Give me 8 weeks. Come for 2 months. Let's train it and let's see where you'll be at that time. Once we got there, my hair was trained. I didn't need it. But I just thought about how you may go to another stylist and they'll put the relaxer in your hair knowing you don't need it, knowing it may damage your hair in the long run, and because they're trying to get a buck. But for her, it was more than that. And I really appreciate, I never told you that, but I'm telling you that in front of everybody, because that really was the reason why I said, oh yeah, I can trust you with my follicles.
Yeah.
Because it's not about that for you. It's about really the health of your client's hair. So
it is.
I'm so glad that you said that.
Yeah.
Now, here is my last question for you.
Okay.
So I want you to look into the camera, right? Get situated. And I want you to speak to the next generation of hairstylists, those in beauty, those in the hair industry, and give them advice. Like, what do you want to tell them, to the next generation of stylists? What's your advice?
My advice is, don't discount your journey. Don't discount everything you're going through, the little things, the big moves you're making. All of it will come together. I never knew this dream that I dreamed. I woke up this morning and I said, thank you, God, because I dreamed of working on 8th Street. I dreamed of working on a street called Broadway. My salon is on 8th and Broadway. And you cannot discount where you are. Be content. Don't be comfortable, be content. So if you're working in a small salon as an assistant, be content in that. Because the process of this is beautiful. It's a beautiful journey. But take it seriously, your future. And the way you take your future serious is that you make good decisions now. Don't make a decision now and say, the new thing is, F it. I'll just, live for today. Don't just live for today. Live for your future. Save your money. Do your spiritual work in the morning. Make sure you put God first. Make sure you're organizing your business. Make sure you appreciate yourself. Make sure you appreciate yourself. Then you can give to others. Take vacations. Be wise in your spending. Be wise in how you walk in life. Study what your craft is. Become the best. Don't have comparisitis. You will never be able to compare yourself to someone else whose brain works differently than yours. You can only control yourself and no one else. Do your best. Live this life. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Be free. Live. Create. Be an artist. Study your craft. Do what you want to do. I say it so freely because it's taken me years to become free, years to become content. I'm always like, well, we're not there. I can't do this. Stop the stressing. Be content. Appreciate where you are today. I can look around and name 10 blessings off top that are new to my life. And I'm doing fine. I may not have $1 million in the bank. I don't have $1 million in the bank. Let me just say that now. But I will one day. And if I don't, I'm just so happy God allowed me to bless others. You never know what you do for others.
I think that's beautifully said. I think that was beautifully said. I hope you guys were listening intently, especially the next generation of stylists and artists, period. I mean, that was really good information. That was a really good way to end the show. So thank you guys for tuning in to Text Out Tuesdays. We will see you next episode.
Okay, so I have some favorite products. I want to share them with you, okay? So I am a pretty strands girl. I like my strands very pretty. So I use her entire line. Her entire line is based on growing the hair, hydrating the hair, and getting the hair to be as strong as possible. First of all, when the scalp grows from the pore of the hair, the hydration helps it to just come through a lot easier. That's the reason why they say, go ahead and hydrate your scalp, hydrate your hair, hydrate your ends to protect it. So Pretty Strands is amazing for that, okay? My other favorite, sleeps in the bed almost with me. This is Mielle. Mielle is awesome. This is the Babassu Mint Deep Conditioner. If you want a deep conditioner, ladies, you have, and the guys, and the beards, this is your friend. Let me tell you, this right here breaks the hair down, cleans the scalp, hydrates the hair. It really gets the nice shine. It gets the coarse, you can get through the coarseness. Mielle, my hydrator, baby, gotta have that. Hair Stuff is one of my favorite new brands out. It's for natural hair. This is one of their products, okay? My Part Queen. This is her product line. Amazing. Hair Stuff is a product line, but this right here, this edge control, it doesn't slick down and give you that really slick product-y look. It's very soft and it holds the hair down. But the trick to using edge controls is always making sure you use a hair oil. Hair oils the night before. If you're gonna do edge control every day, every night you do a hair oil. And they have a hair oil, growing hair oil. When you do that, you're able to protect your edges and they lay even the better because they're hydrated. So that's my favorite edge control. I love it, I love it. And then I know I talked about my Olaplex, gotta talk about it again. They have a whole line. These are my 2 faves. I use all of them, but these are what I use every day on my clients, okay? This is the Olaplex. This is number 4. This is their hydrating maintenance shampoo. Let me tell you, you cleanse your hair before you use this, and then it just breaks the hair down nice in hydration. I'm a hydrating girl. I'm a moisture girl, okay? And then you follow up. You can do a number 5, which is the conditioner, and mix it with the number 8, okay? Faves.